Vriddhi, you're on mute, Vriddhi. Just unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon to one and all present here. Today, we, the students and faculties of MBA, have gathered here for a guest lecture organized by our School of Management, DDGD Vaishnav College, and the Institution Innovation Council, ICC. We have with us the students of first MBA gathered here to take part in this occasion. Myself, Vriddhi Bagaria, first MBA, take immense pleasure in welcoming Mr. Gaurav Kothari, Managing Director of Mukesh Clothes Private Limited. Mr. Gaurav Kothari is the Managing Director and the third generation entrepreneur of Mukesh Clothes Private Limited. He is also the founder of Mangal Entertainment Private Limited. His company Mangal Entertainment Private Limited has received the Best Event Management Company Award in Mumbai for 2 consecutive years for organizing Navratri. Uh, Mr. Gaurav Kothari is a serial entrepreneur having ventures in various industries like real estate, F&B, FMCG, and hospitality. He is also a passionate speaker and promoter for entrepreneurial activities and motivation. He has been awarded Best Young Entrepreneur Award by the Free Press Journal in the year 2017. Now, on behalf of our director, ma'am, Dr. U. Amleshwari, and other faculty members, we take immense pleasure in inviting you, sir, and thank you for accepting our invite. We are awaiting to hear your enlightening speech, sir. So the stage is all yours, sir.
Thank you very much. Sorry for the
Welcome,
delay
sir.
from my end today. Uh, it is a real pleasure to talk to you students out here because it's been like I think 4 or 5 years that I've been visiting colleges, and since the last 2 years via the online mode, virtual mode, I'm contacting a lot of students who are interested in taking entrepreneurship or taking their own family business ahead. But as we are just like 70, 75 years old after post-independence. So that whole teaching of how to inculcate a new entrant into business is missing. And that is what we are trying to build on. As there is not a structured way yet to inculcate a young family member into the own family business or even a young person into entrepreneurship in the field of business. We don't have a structured model yet, but there are certain ways that we are trying to do at SPJ and at the Asian Institute of Family Managed Business, where we are trying to channelize the whole energy of all the students in one direction so that they know what their goal is and where to move ahead. So before I really begin to the main topic of business planning, let's understand students that you are first year MBAs. So definitely a question arises in your mind that or entrepreneurship. Should I join my own family business? What should I really do? Or is job a right way ahead, or is business the right way ahead? So to simplify your whole thought process, first of all, remember, guys, that it is a matter of choice. What choice you want to take your life, in which direction you want to take your life. It's all about that. So, I'll explain this funda in a very simple, small example. So, you go to a doctor, okay, and the doctor tells you that you're all fit and fine, but uh, some vitals are not great. What you to keep yourself more fit and healthy, you need to walk every day. Doctor tells you to walk, but how to walk is your choice, right? Walking could be, you can walk in the garden every day. Another way of walking could be, you can climb a hill. You don't have time every day. You go for 2 days, or you just plan that I will walk on a mountain, climb a mountain peak. Both are ways of walking, but it is your choice which way you want to choose, right? Do you want to walk on a straight path, which is a garden, stroll around, come back, round and round, round and round? Or do you want to face the challenges of the world by walking, by climbing a mountain, by walking on a mountain? Because when you walk on a mountain, the terrain is not flat. The terrain is up and down. There are difference in oxygen levels that you carry in higher and lower altitudes. There are difference in oxygen levels that you carry in higher. So it is your choice. No? Do you really want to take the choice of climbing higher and higher, or you are happy on the flat land? Both are ways of walking. Both have their advantages. Both have their own benefits. Okay, you cannot deny that this is high or this is low. Both are at their own places right. It's only a matter of perspective that you have, which is going to be different. So, when you do a job, it is like walking in a garden. It is the same whole thing going again and again, round and round, round and round. Told, you will not face different conditions every time. You will not face different conditions every time, and it'll be a more smoother ride. When you try to climb a mountain, you are in for challenges. You don't know what you're going to face. The terrain is going to be up and down. You need to wear a proper kind of shoes to travel there. You need to have a proper mindset to travel there. Uh, you are to basically get ready for any kind of climate that comes in. So that is kind of doing an entrepreneurship or joining business. When you are into business, you are faced with challenges every now and then. You will be facing as you go higher and higher. The challenges will be different. You will face different kind of climates. So you are up for challenge and you are mentally prepared that I will face these challenges, and that is why you choose to climb a mountain, and that is why you choose. When you're mentally prepared that you can be ready for such challenges, that is the time you can decide, okay, I can go for entrepreneurship. Vis-a-vis, you're in a job. I'm not saying it is easy or it is tough. It is equally difficult, but the ride is much more smoother. You don't have to take care of a lot of other challenges that are going to come in a business. Uh, yeah, but it is monotonous, going round and round again and again, again and again. Both give you money. Uh, Sometimes both give the same amount of money. So today's world is changed. Don't think that in a job you will get lesser money or something. If you do well, excel well there as well, you may climb your higher ranks and get the same amount of money a businessman gets, a small businessman gets. Okay. In business, of course, the sky is the limit. Where you want to reach is in your own hands. You want to play in billions or millions. It's your own choice. So you need to first basically create a balance in your thought process, that which thought process I want to take. Do I want a comfortable life, or do I want a life which is filled with challenges? When you have decided that what kind of life you want, then you can decide whether you want to walk in the garden, that is do a job, or you want to have challenges every day, that is do a business. That is the basic difference, my friends. Okay, it is a matter of choice. And remember, you have to take your own choice, remembering your own situations. That is one big thing that which people don't understand. What are you prepared for? What are your situations telling you to do? See, a job, of course, nobody would mind or something like that. But when you opt for entrepreneurship or when you opt to do a business, the first and foremost support that you need is of your own family. And if that is not there, my friends, the journey becomes much more difficult. It is not that you cannot go ahead in that journey. You can, but it becomes very, very difficult because, as I told you, it is filled with ups and downs. When it is up, you need to stay on ground. When it is down, you need somebody to support you and gather your whole thoughts together and move. People have lost everything, and people have gained also everything. It's both the extremes. But a good entrepreneur is the one who plans everything properly. It is a calculated risk. You should take risk, but a calculated risk is different than a risk. So you should know what kind of risk you are taking and what kind of calculations suit you. Okay, risk is a risk, but you can minimize your risks by planning properly. So first and foremost is your family kept uh, mentally tough enough to support you for 2 to 3 years. if the business does not go well in. Because see, for a business to really work well, it has to, spend time of 1,000 days. You will not get results in 100 200 days. In 100 200 days, you will get a judgment that this will work or not. Okay, so don't be stringent. Sometimes the business tells you in the first 100 days only that it will not work. It is we who, with our whole passion, don't understand where, because we are so much enthusiastic about the idea that we do not see that we are actually going to make a loss. And today, that is what I'm going to talk about: how to understand in the first 100 days that this model is not workable, and how to plan further. So, all these things are important, my friends, because you are in such an age where passion is above your thought process. Of course, passion is good, but you need to keep your head on your shoulders, my friends. You need to think through about all the situations that are surrounded by you, because when we do business, you are affected by more than 360 things. A businessman needs to have a perspective of 360 degrees. Everything can be right and everything can be wrong. You need to really have that perspective to take people along you, and you know have the balance between the right and the wrong, because nothing is right, nothing is wrong, right? Like today's in the age of India today, we are in, people think young people should be earning millions and trillions or whatever, and there's a lot of pressure. Oh, you are 25, you've not studied anything. Oh, you are 30, what you will do in life? It's nothing like that. There is no, age is never a factor, my friends. Age only becomes a factor in your thought process of taking the risk. If you keep yourself enthusiastic enough, age will never become a factor. That gut feeling, you know, listening to your own gut is something which you need to develop over years. It does not happen overnight. So, yeah, first thing, family support. Second, your own support, your whole mental support. Because, when you make a loss in business, you cannot just say, oh, it's not working, I'll give up everything. No, it's not that way. No. A single loss does not means it's the end of the world. Maybe it is a failure from which you should learn. One big mistake when businessmen make is they do not learn from their failures, because they do not realize it is their failure. If we have not done something right, or if we have made a loss, there is definitely something wrong that we did. We need to learn something out from it. What happens is the self realization does not happen. We feel we did good, but samne wala nahi samjha yaar. Arey, it's not never that way. What the other person, the customer, does not understand is your own problem. You were not able to convince him, my friends. You need to convince your customer. And if you are not able to do that, means you did something wrong. You are going minus somewhere. And that is what is important. You need to know your mistakes and build on them. Do not repeat the mistake again. Build on your mistakes. And that's how you will grow as a person and as an entrepreneur. So, as I was saying, self-development and family development have to go hand in hand for you. That reality has to be understood by you properly. That will your family support you for 1,000 days? Will you use your self support to yourself to move ahead in life as an entrepreneur? And then gradually, as you move ahead, there are a lot of other supports that you would need, which, there are a lot of people who can help you. Are you ready to take the help from people? Because an entrepreneur is someone who does not do everything on his own. So remove that thought process. If anybody here in my class is having a thought process that I want to do something of my own, yes, doing something of my own is where you will learn to have support from other people. Remember, in this world, nobody can do anything on his own. Just in my last class, after the class, I was just sitting in my chair and having a cup of tea. A student came and was just chatting and everything. And he told me the same thing. Sir, I want to start something of my own. Daddy ka bahut kuch hai, but I don't want it. It hurt me in my mind that, he does not respect what he has. What I told him, what do you have of your own? Can you make tea? He said, yes, sir, I can make tea. Lovely. Tell me how a tea is made. Chai kaise banate ho batao. So he told me, sir, very simple. I'll take a utensil, which is a top kind of a thing. I'll put water in it, I'll put some milk in it and some tea powder in it and some masalas, and I will boil it and it's ready. Oh, you know the technicals well, yeah, right. That water in that tea, from where did it come? It is your water. You said, no, sir, I took it from the tap. No, so the tap is yours. I mean, you fit the tap and that water came in. No, sir, the plumber fit the tap. So tap also is not yours. No, sir. From where this water came? So the water has come from the tank. Oh, so the tank is yours. You built the tank and the water came there. No, sir. The tank was built by the builder. Some guys of his must have built the whole tank, and the water is not mine. It is supplied from somewhere. Oh, from where it is supplied? I said it is supplied from the reservoir of the local municipality. So the reservoir is yours. No, sir. How it can be my reservoir? It is of the municipality. So you put the water there. It is your water, no? No, sir. I didn't put the water. Then who put the water? Well, God. Uh, I mean, from the clouds, the water came. Oh, from the clouds. So you put the clouds there? No, sir, I didn't put the clouds. It comes by the evaporation and it's a whole natural process. Well, then how can you say that you can make tea on your own? You cannot make tea on your own, my friend. You just imagine from the process of evaporation, that whole process has started, that water has come into this cup of tea. And how many people's hands have gone to make that water come into your cup? So never have that attitude that I can do something on my own. Mera hai. That thing of, you self boosting yourself that, this is mine. Nothing is yours because you cannot do anything single handedly, my friend. Till you don't have support of your suppliers, till you don't have support of your customers, till you don't have support of your own employees, till you don't have support of the government, trust me, you cannot do anything. So never have that attitude ki, I want to do something of my own. You cannot do something of your own. A lot of people's inputs go into creating what you do. It is the only thing that you facilitate everything, and that is why you say that it is my own. You are only the facilitator to bring everything together and for the execution to happen. Whenever your father says, you are studying in this school, my friends, is because your father and mother have been working from hard day and night, to collate the money so that you can study properly. It is not you who are studying. It is their whole hard work that you're putting behind you, and that is why you are studying. It is their efforts. So, in this way, I want to make you understand that how important it is to have support of everybody, to create the resources, to have an understanding of what is your real situation. Where do you stand? Open your eyes up, think through, and understand where do you actually stand in life. Where, what is your family background, and where, how it can support you to do what you want to do. Never think that stupid steps people take in life. If I'm a failure, I'll run away, and don't do that. Your parents have, you know, put a lot of effort behind you, and they are not unhappy that you fail. I mean, failing is a part of process of growing. So don't think that they will look down on you. Okay, it is a human behavior. When something wrong happens, you react differently. So they react that way, giving you two wrong words or something like that. It's okay. Yeah? They're your parents. They have invested their life in you. Their lives, my friends, their lives. Understand? They could have easily taken a choice of, leaving you on your own, and they can live their own lives happily because they are self-sufficient. But they took the choice of nurturing you, of, giving you the best they can and making you grow in life. So respect that. So this is what realities you should understand, and then you should take a step of becoming what you want to become in life. Now, how do you plan for business? usually, as I told you, once you've decided that you want to enter into business, everybody thinks that I have an idea which nobody has. I'm sure, I think we are around 40, 45 people here. All are thinking that, I have an idea. I will not share it with anyone because he can copy my idea. And then what? Then I have nothing. Well, my friends, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. This whole mindset you have to get out of first. Today's youngsters, which I have been meeting, I have continuously had such a thing when I ask them, "Oh, do you have a business idea?" And they say, "Yes, sir, I have." Well, tell me. They are so reluctant to tell their idea as if somebody is going to hijack them. Nothing will happen. You know, who was the first smartphone maker, my friends? Anybody knows here? Come on. Who was the first smartphone maker? Which company made the first smartphone? Anybody? Oh, is this? You can switch on your mic and answer if you know the answer. Anybody guys here? Which is the best smartphone company in the world today? At least answer me that.
Apple, sir.
Apple.
Yeah. So, but who was the first smartphone maker? Was it Apple?
No, sir.
Who was it?
HTC, sir.
Yeah?
HTC, sir.
No, it was Nokia, my friends. They had a phone call communicator. That was a smartphone. But eventually they were not able to execute it properly and they failed. And see how Nokia is now owned by Microsoft, no longer a company, of Nokia. So it is not the idea that matters. It is what matters is the execution of the idea. Which was the first search engine of the world? Let's understand this. You know what is a search engine, right, my friends? Does anybody know? I think everybody is using search engines nowadays. So, which was the first search engine of the world? Whose idea it was? Anybody?
It's Ali Web.
Yeah?
Ali Web. ALIWE.
Or you searched on Google or something, yeah? No, so
Yes,
it was Yahoo. Hello.
the first search engine, I think so.
Yeah. So was it the idea of Google? Today, which is the biggest search engine
Google.
of the world?
Google.
So
Google,
was
sir.
it Google's idea? No, it was not Google's idea, right?
Yes, sir.
I hope I'm able to convey my point to you all, friends, that
Yes.
idea is nothing. Idea is nothing without execution. I have 10,000 ideas coming in my mind every day of 10,000 businesses that I can do. But it is of no matter, no, till I don't execute the idea properly. So what matters is execution. So whenever you have an idea, we are talking about the first part of business planning. If anybody is writing down, please do write down. The first part of business planning is idea generation. How do you really generate an idea for a business and what to do with that idea? So, whatever industry you are looking at or whatever sample size of market you are looking at, study that market in and out and try to find one gap of that market which is not yet solved. For example, our Amazon or our Flipkart, they took the world as their market, the sample size market, and they studied the industry where they realized that there is so much of retail shopping happening. But there are people who want to sit at home and order, and they want clothes to come to their home or any kind of things that they order to come to their home. They should not have the pain to go out or spend money on traveling and come back and everything for shopping. And they identified that gap in the market, that here is an opportunity where customers want more comfort than already they have. They can save money of their customers of travel. and provide everything at home. These three things, they identified the gap and they started tapping the market by one product first and gradually adding products from there on. So Amazon was not a first when it started, it was not a shopping plaza or something. They started with single product and from there they started building on. They identified the gap in the market and they made it so big that today they are the richest company of the world. I mean, the owner is the richest guy of the world, Jeff Bezos. Flipkart, they used to work at Amazon and they realized Amazon is not in India. So let's create an Amazon for India. And that is how Flipkart started. You know what the meaning of Flipkart is actually is? It was, what do you flip? We flip a book. So it was actually a book selling online store. From selling books, today they're selling everything under the roof of the world. So, they identified the gap and they made that gap so big and the need so big that, where they are today. 1,500 crore exit the co-owner of Flipkart got. It was not done in a day. It took an effort of more than 20 years to reach where he has reached. So you need to understand that kind of commitment is required. You need to know how to burn the midnight oil to become billionaires. So again, he identified some gap. He created the need in the society. So first you tap the gap, okay, and from there you create your own idea, and then the execution plan for the idea. Then how will you really do it? So once an idea is generated, what you will do? You will bump off the idea to a lot of people. Talk to a lot of people of that same industry. Talk to a lot of people who can be customers of that industry, probable customers. Talk. Till you don't talk, you will not know. So talk to a good amount of 50 to 100 people to understand what people think about your idea. Is it really a gap? You think it is a gap, but people should also feel that, okay, this gap is there. And if somebody comes up with such a solution for such a problem, it's an opportunity that can be tapped. Somebody else's problem is your opportunity. Always remember that. The problem is the need, and somebody else's problem or need is your opportunity to make business. That is what you have to tap. That is the potential of the market. So that is what you do next. Bump up the idea to a lot of people, understand. And then if you feel, okay, now this people, about 80% people are accepting this idea openly and they feel if they get such a thing or such a solution for their problem, they're ready to spend money, they're ready to, use it for once at least, then you should start planning for the business. So this was part one of business planning, idea generation. Part two is how to plan the idea into the execution mode. So there are stages, my friends. Something is called bootstrapping. So at bootstrapping stage, what you do is now you have the idea, you have to now make a plan of execution. That you have to first sample your product or service into the market. So for that, either you will open a small kiosk somewhere, or you may work online nowadays, or you can sample your products into the market by going at various places. And suppose your idea is of 100 crores, example again. If you put in 2 lakh rupees, what will happen of the idea you should plan? Can you do the same 100 crore thing in 2 lakh rupees? In the bare minimum amount, how can you spend less and create the product or the service and give it to people? Have a prototype model. The first and foremost thing is by bootstrapping, you create a prototype model of your business. Basically, it is an experiment. In raw language or in scientific language, you call it an experiment. So do a small experiment somewhere, put up a small kiosk or a small shop somewhere, or if you don't want to do that, there are innovative ways of avoiding that money also, like by working from home. or using a co-working space, some things can be done at the bare minimum cost. Sample your product or the idea. Sample it. See, are people ready to buy it? What is the pain point of the buyer? Is he finding it too expensive, or is it too cheap that good people are not buying it? That kind of study has to go. You have to sample 500 to 1,000 products. I mean, 1,000 samples have to go out in the market to understand what is wrong in your model, to understand what can you correct so that this model becomes foolproof for the next jump. Now, the problem comes is resources. We always think that, do I have the resource? I don't have the resource. But who will put in money on your idea if you don't put your money inside? There has to be skin in the game. So you have to borrow. At bootstrapping stage, who will support you? Your friends, your family, or yourself. That is why I said that this family support is of utmost importance, or somebody who believes in you as a person, as an entrepreneur. They will be the first ones who will, okay, take so much money, try it out. At a certain cost, that money will come in. Somebody's mic is on, please switch it off. 21E41, your mic is on.
Krishna?
Yeah. So this prototype model will really tell you have to keep it on for around 6 months to 1 year. Do the prototype, understand how are people responding to your business. Are they ready to buy the product? Are they ready to invest money in your business or not? Once you do that, this whole 1 year process, your whole business will be foolproof, at least for the first, big launch. For you will be clogging all the mistakes of your businesses. You will know what rate to sell it, who will be the potential buyers, where to market my product properly, who is the real person who is in need of this product. You will know everything in that whole 6 months to 1 year time, and that is when you will have your first grand launch with bootstrapping money and money from friends, family, and everything. Bootstrapping money is your own money, okay? And friends, family's money is also considered as bootstrapping. That is the first stage of funding. Now, usually where we go wrong, my students, is we feel, how will I do everything on my own? So as I told you, nothing happens everything on your own. Never feel that you don't have the resources. Resources in a business always lie outside the business. Money, you will have very less money. You will have to borrow from friends and family or parents for the first stage of business. That is called the angel stage. Then people, employees, are they in the company from before? No, they lie outside. You need to talk to people. You need to approach job agencies, or you need to approach people of the same industry to get the right team in place. Till that right team is not in the place, that business does not grow. So you will have to do that. So again, resources are lying outside. Who is the buyer of the product? Customer. Customer is of the business? No, he's from outside the business. He's also giving you revenue. So again, the resources lying outside the business. So always, whenever you are in need of something, look outside, not inside. This is one big mistake students make, or one big mistake entrepreneurs make. They start looking inside. No, inside there is nothing. Inside, only the work in progress is happening. Everything lies outside. So you need to think out of the box. You need to think out of the business to get anything for the business. So then you're ready for the grand launch. You launch a product. It does much more better than what you were thinking. Then you bring in angel investors. Angel investors is the one who will believe, who will look at the progress of your idea in the last 1.5 to 2 years. If he feels, okay, this business has really potential, a lot of potential and the potential to grow much bigger, then they put in money at a certain stake. Now, what is the stake? Stakes are shares of your company. You must be holding 100%. Then whoever puts in as an investment does not require to be paid as interest. Okay, that is the money which is put into business for the business to work. They have bought stake for the company. So if they already have the stake, you do not need to pay them interest. So angel investors buy stake in your company. Okay. So it is the stage where your business is of around 50 lakhs to 1 crore. Once you get funding from that stage, you go to the next stage of VC funding, that is venture capitalist funding. Their stages are of 5 crores to 10 crores. Okay, they can put in that much of money. So your company should be of valuation of around say 30 or 40 crores. Then they put in so much of money. Again, valuation is a different topic which will have to be taken in a different way. To explain how evaluations really work, I can tell you in a small part, but it will be of no use. From that stage, from the VC stage, it goes into private equity funding. From private equity funding, it goes into public funding. That is how, funds are created for a business. So what is really important here is, how do I plan my charts? How do I plan my whole journey of what to do when? Now again, this is your own choice. Remember, you can choose not to go further from the angel investor stage. You can choose to be at bootstrapping stage forever. Just keep taking money from your friends and family and keep growing the business or giving them stakes. It is your choice. You may choose not to go public ever in your life. It is your own choice, because understand there are a lot of companies who are private limited and bigger than the limited companies. The only thing is they are not comfortable answering people. Once you open a public limited company, you are answerable to a lots and lots of, every shareholder can ask you a question, even if he has one share of your company. And you have to answer him. You are answerable of what is happening, because he owns that share and that means he's the owner of the company. So are you comfortable answering people about your business? Yes or no? You have to decide. There will be a lot of people on your board of directors in a public limited company, which will not happen in a private limited company. In a private limited company, you can choose to have a certain set of people only with you. You will be only answerable to a certain amount of investors, 10, 15 people. Even if you are not comfortable in that, you can choose to be having only a bootstrapping stage where only friends and family have invested in you. You don't need to answer anybody, and you can grow. You can take bank funding where you have to only answer the bank. It is your own choice which genre gives you comfortable position to work better. Can you take the pressures of the world or not? Is a choice you have to make, and then plan to go in the route you want to go. First and foremost, remember, idea is required. And second, once your idea is in place, what is required is the correct execution of the idea. That will only happen by prototype. And for prototype, you will require money, you will require people. So for money, as I told you, friends and family or people who believe in your idea will put in money with you at the bootstrapping stage. Nobody else puts money at that stage. And people, from where to get the correct people. So you have to meet a lot of people of that industry you are wanting to get into. And somebody will give, okay, I'm wanting to leave this company, or I'm not happy in this company. I'm looking to start something new. So there will be a lot of people who will be, wanting to jump the wagon and start something of their own as well. You can hire them, or you can, give a stake of the company to them for their knowledge that they have of the business. Flipkart owner, when he sold his shares, he just owned 1.5% of the whole company, and in that he made 1,500 crore rupees. So never think कि सब कुछ मेरा है. You can't have the whole sea. Everybody has to earn. You need to have that thought process. If you make everybody grow with you, then only your company will grow. If only you grow, then it is your personal growth, not company's growth. That companies not last long, or they are not able to expand long, because they are never able to create the economy. The scale of economy is required to make the business big. You need to play on the scale of economies. Can the idea be, today this 1 crore idea can tomorrow become a 1,000 crore idea or not? Also, you have to analyze. and then according to your own choice decide to go in that idea or not. Do you want to create a 1,000 crore company, 10,000 crore company, 1 lakh crore company? How scalable is the idea is important. You need to analyze that as well, and then start investing money in your own idea. So people, this is how you get job companies and meeting people of that industry. And definitely when you meet more and more people, you will get a lot of people, trust me. You need to understand that you need to communicate in the best possible manner. The more you communicate, the better a business person you will become. Communication is key. Wrong communications only creates problems and failures. So always communicate with everybody. So as I told you, money, funding, and now becomes the place and the product. Product will come from people, and whatever machines are required from the industry, the whole help will come from the industry. Place is of utmost importance to understand where should I place my product at or service that it will sell. It is of prime importance. Sometimes you make an excellent product, but it is before time, much before time. The market only does not accept it. So you need to time your product also well and place the product also well. Sometimes you are in the wrong market. That product has a lot of potential and demand, but you are in the wrong market. So that is why I talk to a lot of people. The more people you will bounce your idea off to, you will realize who is the actual buyer of the product and where will that product sell. And sell at the amount you want, not in a loss or at the customer's demand point. No. Sell at the amount you want to sell, sell at the profit amount you want to sell at. Where it will happen when you will talk to a lot of people and survey the market on a continuous basis for days and days together, will you realize, okay, where I have to place my product and here the product will work. And as you keep growing, remember your employees also have to grow, your customers, your suppliers all have to grow. So any kind of route that you take in your business, you need to make everybody a partner of your business. Partner maybe by giving ownership, or partner as like, sharing profits, or partner as, commitments to take, supplies from only the supplier, or commitments to catering a certain kind of a market, so that you get their support whenever you do something new or grow in life. These kind of things and plannings are required for the business to really pan out well. Prototype, once you execute a prototype well, you'll be able to execute your business launch well and then grow from there. In a gist, that is what I can really tell you to do for having a successful business. Now, I would like to throw open the audience for questions. If they have any questions, I'm ready to answer them. And this platform is open for all. Please feel free to ask me any questions regarding business planning or anything regarding business, or a choice you want to make in job or business. I'm up for it.
So,
Yeah.
how should a person decide whether he or she should be an entrepreneur or come work under somebody? How to come to a single decision?
So
Always there's a vary in it.
yeah, I told you as I started my lecture with the same point, that it is your own choice. Okay, first of all, you need to know yourself well to become an entrepreneur. If you don't know yourself well, uh, you will not be really able to execute the entrepreneurship activities. You need to realize that are you ready to take challenges in life? Are you ready to take anything that comes in life? Problems comes every time in business. Does not mean that you will run away from it. You have to handle problems and still look at opportunities. It is that difficult. So you need to know that can you delegate work to people so that they can look after the problems and you can look at the opportunity. Do you have that kind of ability inside you? Can you take orders or not? See, only a person who can take orders is capable enough to give orders. If you feel you cannot listen to anybody, trust me, you cannot become an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur has to be a great listener. If you are not ready to take anybody's orders and you get hurt or your ego gets hurt, an egoistic person is a bad entrepreneur. He will make losses in life because he will never be able to make relationships with people. In business, what is required is good relationships. Business does not happen only by the product or anything. It happens with relationships, strong relationships. एक बार धंधा हो जाएगा. Once he will buy from you, but if you don't treat him properly, if you don't give him proper customer service, if you do not create that bonding with him, he will never come back again.
He will not. Yes.
So it's very simple. If you are egoistic, please stay away.
Okay, sir.
If you cannot take orders, please stay away. If you're not ready to work under anyone, please stay away. You have to be the most flexible person to enter business.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Sir, this is Abhinav.
Yeah.
So, sir, am I audible? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're totally audible. Yeah. I'm waiting for your question.
Actually, first of all, thanks for the inspiring session, sir. Actually, it was very knowledgeable. And your last answer gave me a very big answer, which I was having. I am a very egoistic person, but I need to start. And I was having an ambition of starting a business. But I came to a conclusion that I must leave all those egos and everything to start a business. Okay. Okay, can I ask my question, sir?
Yeah, please.
Sir, everyone are saying that the age of 20 to 30 is the best age to take risk and start a business. But at that age, we don't have any investments. For that, we have to work for another 15 to 20 years so that at the age of 40, we will have some investment to invest in our own business. So which is the best age to start a business?
Again, this question was answered in my lecture that there is no age to start business. What you need is the passion. What you need is the business intellect. Okay, a 20-year-old also is good enough to start a business. Not always, as I told you, you need to convince people. As a business person, as a businessman or a woman, the whole quality that you need is the power of convincing. A 20-year-old can convince his father that, father, this is my idea and this idea has a lot of potential. If you can convince anyone and that person can put in money for you, what 20-year-old, what 60-year-old? That is not the point. As I told you, if you start looking inside you, nobody's going to bet your money. You have to look for resources outside the business. Fund is such a resource which always lies outside the business. Go to the banker, show him your idea, take a loan. No, you should have the power of convincing. Who told you that money is made only in 15-20 years? Money can be made in a single year. You should know how to make it.
Yes.
You should know how to work. If your idea is of 100 crore, you should know how to make that idea work in 1 lakh rupees. And then you are an entrepreneur. If you keep building that, time will come, I will accumulate money. But Baba, you have your life also. You will grow in life. Kids will come. Money will go there also. You know what is going to happen with you tomorrow. Nobody knows. Right? An entrepreneur works with gut. You need to have you should have that gut feeling inside you that, I can do this. You should know how to analyze your risk properly and where you need what kind of help from people. You should be able to ask. That is why ego does not work. That is why you need to, if you're an egoistic person, you will not be able to talk to people. You will not be able to take people's views to you. And then people will not bet money on you. You need to know how to approach people and make them your own. They should start believing in you. These people who invest money in companies, these big people from SoftBank or a lot of you must be seeing Shark Tank nowadays. They invest not on the business idea. They invest on the person running that idea, the person who's executing that idea. How flexible is the person? How open is the person? You are the horse, not the business. Money is always betted on the horse. So never have that. There is no correct age of doing business. Even a 13-year-old can do a business. What is required is the spirit to do business. A 10-year-old child, if he has the spirit, he will start something, making small crafts from whatever is there, waste available. He will start selling, people like it. What if he starts selling it? Will not people buy it? People will buy it. Out of
People
10,
buy.
5 will buy it, 2 will buy it. But he started a business with investment from waste. You should be able to create resources from wherever possible. You should know how to do all those stuff. That will only happen when you move outside. Just do not work in your AC cabins. Don't just remain in the four walls of your college. The world is big enough. You need to go and explore. The more you will explore, the more resources you will create. And the more resources you will create, the better businessman you will
Okay, sir.
Please create relationships. There is no correct age. KFC, the owner of KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, he started a business at the age of 69
Yes.
because whatever business he started before all failed. Does not mean he was a bad businessman. He kept on learning. No? Facebook was started when he was in college. Mark Zuckerberg was in college. He stole somebody's idea. Yeah.
Yes.
Does not mean he's a bad businessman. He was a shrewd businessman. He knew how to execute the idea and make it big. Does not mean the owner, McDonald was not the owners of McDonald are not the person who created the whole mechanism of McDonald. They are somebody else.
Yes.
Again, it's a copied idea. But they did not want to become big. It was their choice. Somebody else saw that potential. He replicated the idea in his own way and made it big. McDonald does not survive on selling burgers. McDonald survives on selling their own place and rents. It is
Yes.
actually a real estate model.
Real estate.
You should know how to make money. Google is a search engine, but does it make money from search engine?
No.
It makes money from the ads.
Yes.
So you should know how to make money, my friend. Idea can be great, but how can the money be generated is what is important. A lot of people in today's world do not even know how does Google make money. So
Yes, sir.
there are
Got me.
we know whom to tap. Yeah, I hope I have satisfied your question and query.
Of course, sir.
Yeah,
Thanks for the answer, sir.
thank you. Anybody else? Please be open. Ask me anything. I will try and give a satisfactory answer. And whatever I'm answering is from my own experience. So it is my own personal experience. Do not take it as textbook. I'm just sharing my experience. I don't believe in textbooks. So, any more questions, please? Looks like people are still deciding what to go for, job or business. Otherwise, there would have been flurry of questions. Or has my lecture made you to think again what to do?
Yes, sir, little.
Reality is a person does not know. Once you accepted the reality, you know what to do and you start doing that. And that is why, as fast as possible, understand your reality. You will know what to do next. Very simple. I think the class has no more questions, so I think we can conclude the lecture. It has been a great opportunity to talk to you students, and I hope I have been of certain help in your journey of life, of whatever choice you want to make in your life. I hope I've been able to inspire some people in their own journey of doing what they want to do. And I hope this lecture or this 1 hour that you've invested in me is of certain use. Thank you so much.
Now I would like Vivek of our class to give the word of thanks.
A very good afternoon to all. On behalf of all students and staff, I'm glad to be here to express my vote of thanks. A special thanks to our guest, Mr. Gaurav, for accepting our invitation and for being here with us today, sir. Sir, actually, more than the ED, that is being entrepreneur, sir, I think the best part about this, sir, you told about the mentality, because to start any business also, the mentality is what matters at the beginning, because anything that we start, if we have a good mentality, would be a great success if we are consistent to it, sir. Thank you for that lesson, sir.
So we would like to take a group photo. So
I don't know how to take it online. So please take it.
no, one of my classmates will take it, sir.
Please.
Guys, turn on your videos. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your presence, spending a valuable time here. Actually, our director ma'am was not able to come, so she has a meeting. So just she wants to convey her regards to you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
I think sir has left me. Thank you.
Yes,
Guys.
ma'am. Sir is left, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.